The hum of the Death Star's vast machinery resonated through the gleaming corridors, a constant, low thrum beneath the surface of everything. But in one particular quadrant, that mechanical symphony was pierced by another sound, far more ancient and resonant, the crackle and hiss of two ignited lightsabers. This wasn't a blur of acrobatic prowess, a whirlwind of impossible leaps and lightning-fast strikes. This was something else entirely. This was a slow, deliberate dance, a heavy, mournful waltz between two shadows of men who had once been brothers. We often look back at the final duel between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader on the first Death Star and, perhaps, dismiss its pace. We might attribute it to the limitations of filmmaking technology at the time, or perhaps even a perceived lack of martial skill from actors who weren't trained swordmasters. But to see it this way is to miss the profound, aching heart of the scene. To do so is to overlook the immense emotional weight, the lifetime of regret, and the weary souls that truly dictated every measured parry, every deliberate block. This was not a duel of young, vibrant warriors, eager to prove their might. This was a duel of old men. Obi-Wan Kenobi, a man who had carried the burden of the galaxy's hope and his own colossal failure for 2 decades, and Darth Vader, a monstrous shadow of a man encased in a life support suit that spoke not only of physical damage, but of a soul utterly ravaged by darkness. Consider Obi-Wan's stance. He's not coiled with youthful energy, ready to spring. His movements are economical, precise, but tinged with a deep weariness. Every block of Vader's mighty blows seems to cost him, not just physically, but spiritually. He is not fighting for victory in the conventional sense, but for a final, sorrowful resolution. And Vader, he is an instrument of terror, yes, but even through the mask, one can sense a profound, almost ritualistic quality to his aggression. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now, I am the master. These aren't just taunts. They are echoes of a shared past, of a betrayal that tore the galaxy apart. And Obi-Wan's weary response, "Only a master of evil, Darth," isn't a challenge, it's a lament. It's the sound of a heart breaking all over again, recognizing the complete transformation of the vibrant, hopeful young man he once knew. This is a duel less about lightsaber skill and more about a lifetime of unspoken words, of devastating choices. Each slow, heavy swing of Vader's blade, each deliberate parry from Obi-Wan is pregnant with the history between them. It's as if they are both replaying every moment from their past, the training on Coruscant, the brotherly bond forged in the Clone Wars, the fiery betrayal on Mustafar. This isn't a fight to the death as much as it is a conversation, a final, painful acknowledgement of what was lost. Obi-Wan carries the weight of Anakin's fall, the pain of having failed his brother. He sees not just Vader, but the spectral image of Anakin Skywalker, twisted and consumed by the very darkness Obi-Wan tried so desperately to prevent. And one has to wonder, beneath the circuits and the black armor, if Vader too feels the ghost of Obi-Wan's teaching, the echo of his compassion, gnawing at the edges of his Sith-forged will. This isn't a passionate explosion of rage from either side, but a tired, almost resigned confrontation with their shared tragic destiny. The slow, methodical pace is a reflection of their weary souls. It's a dance of exhaustion, a final, sorrowful goodbye. There's a certain dignity in its slowness, a gravitas that a flurry of acrobatics could never convey. It gives us, the audience, time to breathe, to feel the profound sadness of what we are witnessing. It's a moment of reflection, not just for the characters, but for us, on the nature of regret, of paths chosen, and of the irreversible consequences of those choices. And then comes the profound moment of Obi-Wan's sacrifice. He lowers his blade, not in surrender to defeat, but in an act of ultimate foresight and love. He understands that his physical presence is no longer what's needed. His death at Vader's hand serves a far greater purpose, solidifying Luke's commitment, ensuring the continuity of the Jedi spirit, and perhaps, just perhaps, planting the faintest seed of doubt or memory in the shadowed heart of Anakin Skywalker. It's an act of wisdom born from a lifetime of experience and regret. Vader strikes, and the robes fall empty. The blow isn't just physical, it's the final severing of a painful, enduring bond. Yet even in that moment, one can almost sense the hollowness within Vader. He has destroyed his former master, but what has he truly gained? Only the perpetuation of his own agonizing existence. The final duel between Obi-Wan and Vader on the Death Star is not a spectacle of action, but a master class in poignant storytelling. Its deliberate pace is not a flaw, but its defining strength. It is a powerful and heart-wrenching end to a long, tragic story, a sorrowful dance between two men haunted by the ghosts of who they once were, and who they could have been. It reminds us that sometimes the most profound battles are fought not with speed and fury, but with the quiet, devastating weight of history and regret. What are your thoughts on this iconic moment? Do you see the slow dance of regret, or something else entirely in their final encounter? Share your perspectives in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this thoughtful exploration, please consider subscribing or following for more deep dives into the stories we love.